book of Ephesians, chapter 5, and verse 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Mashiach Yahweh shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shah is, and be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. All praise to Yahweh by Shema Shah, Wahara Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, and the great millstone, Shalom, to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some look like the heathen. Beginning with the 144,000, preachers, teachers, and prophets, Shalom. Now, major U.S. cities go on high alert following Trump's military strike on Iran 10 hours ago. We're going to play this video, all right? And it's going to pretty much tell you everything to look out for. And we've been telling you all these things about where the Holy Spirit and bringing out the scriptures. And bringing out these, we'll be showing you in these scriptures, man, all right? So this is most definitely the time to be aware, to be on your P's and Q's, to not get caught up in anything, to be circumspect, all right? Major U.S. cities on high alert after U.S. strikes Iran more than America. Now what I did was, I'm going to just pull up the definition of alert and get some synonyms. Alert, quick to notice any unusual and potentially dangerous or difficult circumstances. Vigilant. So major U.S. cities are on high alert, all right, after this U.S. strike. Okay, they're going to tell you pretty much. You know, I'm going to just let them tell you. I'm going to let them tell you. So just pay attention while you're out and about, all right? Because they're going to be hitting churches, theme parks, any type of gathering events, movies, national monuments. Like these type of things are going to get hit, man, soon. So don't be like, is it going to be tomorrow at 12:30? Because I'm going to break from at work at 12. I don't want to be late going back to work. Man, don't ask dumbass questions, man. Don't even think like that, man. Because you still got people out there, well, is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? Y'all the prophets, when is it going to happen? Nigga, just wait for it. All right, Yahweh Shema Shah telling you it's going to happen. So just wait for the prophecy to play out. Better give you no damn time. Who the hell are you? Nobody on your damn time. It says, that's the adjective. The noun, the state of being watchful for possible danger. The verb, warn someone of a danger, threat, or problem, typically with the intention of having it avoided or dealt with. Right? And that's what Yahweh Shema Shah have blessed us with by what the Holy Spirit, as we just read in Ephesians 5, man. Okay? That's why, again, it says arise from the dead, and Mashiach Yahweh Shah should give thee light. And that's talking about Israel. Okay? And Yahweh Shema Shah is quickening the spirit of the elect of Israel. Okay? So they can receive this truth and be and receive this warning, this message. Okay? So they could be on point in the spirit, all right? And know of these things. See, the whole point, one of the big points, and one of the major points of knowing and understanding prophecy is knowing what's going to happen before time so you can be prepped in the spirit and use wisdom so you'll know how to maneuver, all right? 2/3 of our people that didn't want to take heed and still don't want to take heed and want to ask dumb questions, you finish. Go ahead and do what you're going to do. Get caught out there because judgment for you anyway, all right? Hate you niggas, man. All right? Now, you get synonyms. Let's get a couple synonyms for alert. It says vigilant, wide awake, hypervigilant, aware, watchful, attentive. All right? So this is most definitely not the time to be walking around on your damn cell phone, right? Driving with your music all pumped up to the sky, or seeing things and not paying attention to your surroundings. And yeah, we got to pay attention to all this, y'all. All right? Vigilance. It's the nouns. Watchfulness, carefulness, attentiveness, guardness, care, verb, warn, notify, apprise, caution, put on one's guard, forewarn. All right? This is the time we in, man. Luke 21:25, Yahweh shall speak, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the seas and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and we're going to see some terrifying events, man. All right? And hey, when you watch this video, they're going to mention sleeper cells. It's like the third or the fourth day they've been mentioning sleeper cells, man. All right? Like that should click. The hopeful elect get it. All right? The hopeful elect get it. So, hey, this is most definitely the time that we need to be on our P's and Q's and be praying to Yahweh Shema Shai. As a matter of fact, I looked this up right there, and it says U.S. cities on high alert as U.S. cities are now on as Iran. I'm sorry. U.S. cities on high alert as Iran seeks to cut off oil to the world. Right, we went into that the other day, where being that America hit them last night at 3 nuclear sites. Hey, the IRGC, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps is seeking to they might cut off the oil supply, man, through the Strait of Hormuz, man. All right, and you already know what that's gonna do. We went into it the other day. All right, and all this is going on. I'm gonna play it. While major cities are on high alert.
High alert for terror attacks from Iran. And that is the IRGC. Cities are now on high alert for terror attacks from Iran. And that is the IRGC says they'll be closing the Strait of Hormuz, which will sever the oil supply for the entire world. Iran has also called an emergency UN Security Council meeting over the U.S.'s attack, and now the Iranian foreign minister is meeting with Putin. There, you have Putin's deputies saying that countries are ready to directly lend their nuclear weapons to Iran. We're also seeing the Pope and more countries condemning the U.S. for attacking Iran. We also finally have satellite imagery of the Fordo aftermath, and as you can see, there are clear signs of caving in and of the tunnel entrances being sealed with dirt. There, we're hearing different stories. Iran and Russia, they say that all of the damage is cosmetic, but you have the U.S. saying it's gone. And that is being reported that the B-2s dropped the bombs down a ventilation shaft of Fordo in order to hit deeper into the facility. Right, and all of this is you have analysts warning that just because you blew up the site, it doesn't mean that Iran still cannot develop a nuclear weapon. Additionally, as far as other countries, you have Saudi Arabia on high security alert. Also Bahrain and Kuwait, they've made preparations on Sunday for the possibility that the Iran conflict might spread to their territory. And now more and more people in Congress are speaking out about these strikes, but it shows how little Democrats understand the Constitution. Because it states clearly in the Constitution that no war shall be declared except through an announcement on Truth Social a few minutes after the attack. But for now, I want to stay in the loop.
All right, there you have it. So just know that through all these disasters, major disasters and hits and strikes that's going to be upon America, will cause famine and man, we don't cover everything by what the Holy Spirit, man. Chaos and job closures and checkpoints and lockdowns, and which all these things, the destruction of the economies, all of these things, the diseases, the plagues, the heat, all right, power gonna go out soon, contaminated waters, all of this stuff is to bring forth hardships going into the pale horse so they can bring forth this MOTB, a system of surveillance, which track and trace, surveillance, reading on your biometrics, which would be the MOTB, the mark of the beast, inside of you, in either hand on your forehead, and you will not be able to function within this new society once it's up and running again, which it ain't gonna be what you think, okay? You will not be able to function unless you have it, man. This is what it's all leading to. We've been telling y'all this by way of the Holy Spirit, man. All right, we've been telling y'all this by way of the Holy Spirit. Only the elect are taking heed, and that's all we care about. Anybody outside of the inner courts, we don't give a damn. The hell with you. Your ass gonna die. And I pray I'm part of the elect. And the hell with the 2/3, man. All right? Because you going down with America. Can't stand your asses. Call on Jesus.
What if your dog was 3% of its actual size? Weird question. Right now, a quick live look.
Y'all niggas call on Jesus and see what he do for you. Oh, same thing he did during COVID. Nothing. And y'all gonna do the same thing y'all did during COVID. Do what's best for you. Proverbs, the first chapter. But anyway, us as a Hopeful, we calling on Yahweh Shema Shai, and we're gonna depend on Yahweh Shema Shai, regardless on how hard and tough it gets, because it's gonna be brutal and it's gonna be major and it's gonna be devastating. So prepare to lose everything. Like the second Esdras, the 16th chapter, I believe the 40th verse, be ye as pilgrims upon the earth, because these things are going to happen very soon. Remember, prophecy affects prophecy, message, domino effect. So what America did, talking about peace, ain't no peace. There's nothing but hell and chaos from here on out. And the only form of peace that they're going to bring, which they're going to cover as peace and safety when you get 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, is this mark of the beast, this new world order system, man, which is going to be upon the whole world. Okay? Now let's just play this, man. Then we're closing out. Just listen to what they're saying, man. So be aware. All right? So these places are going to get hit soon. Shalom.
Right now, a quick live look at the Pentagon, where we are waiting for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who will brief us on these strikes. Major cities across the U.S., meanwhile, are on high alert following Saturday night's airstrikes targeting nuclear sites in Iran. Law enforcement agencies issuing security advisories and deploying additional forces to locations sensitive to retaliatory Iranian attacks. News Nation's Marcus Espinoza is live in front of the NYPD headquarters in New York City. Marcus, I know the area you're in very well. Good morning. Give us a sense of what's happening where you are and, of course, other cities across the country.
Henna, good morning. Yeah, all is calm right now, but the New York Police Department, the largest city police department in the country, certainly on high alert right now for what they're calling soft targets. Basically, your churches, your synagogues, things like that, places where there potentially could be a threat after the actions that the United States took yesterday in Iran. That, of course, now is garnering a bit of a fear that something could happen here. Police departments are well aware of the fact that what happened internationally could affect folks here on the ground. So not just the New York Police Department, really police departments across the country really getting out ahead of this and trying to let folks know to be vigilant, to be aware. The New York Police Department putting out a tweet as well, if we can bring that up in just a second here, basically acknowledging this and making it very, very clear that they are aware of what is happening here and that they would like to do everything they can to keep everybody safe. As they're tracking the situation unfolding in Iran, out of an abundance of caution, we're deploying additional resources to religious, cultural, and diplomatic sites across New York City. And
now, real quick, he said it's a possibility that they will be attacking churches. That's you damn Christians out there. And synagogues, that's you yoo-hoos out there. All right? Let that marinate, man. And hey, like Yahweh Shema Shai had me say the other day, hey, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes that want to be Islam and all this, that, and the third, you know y'all targets, don't you? Let's see what Allah gonna do for your asses. All right? Because you on Esau's hit list, as you should be.
With our federal partners, we'll continue to monitor for any potential impact to New York City. So that is the focus. The focus today, really, Henna, is on that prevention, trying to make sure as much as they can, as best as they can, to prevent something from happening in and around the city. New York City, of course, has no shortage of places that could be an attack for anybody looking to inflict harm against the United States here. We all know New York City is a popular place that a lot of people certainly have been and visited here. So huge police department here. They are trying to do everything they can to stay out in front of this. But the name of the game right now, prevention, and really trying to stay on top of anything suspicious. Again, if you see something, say something. That message is well being repeated. So certainly new times here again in New York City, but we are monitoring that situation and seeing how the New York City Police Department is handling it, Henna.
Marcus, I have to ask, from what you're learning, how real is this threat? Like you mentioned, there's no shortage of soft targets here in New York City. Does it vary city by city?
you ask that one more time?
Yeah, how real is this threat? Or is it varying city by city, or is it metropolitan areas like here where we are in New York?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great question. What I said earlier this morning, I think it applies. I think there's the concern is the threat of a threat, right? I think that's what the police department and law enforcement across the country are doing right now, is that they are just preparing for anything. There has not been any credible threat here that they've announced, and perhaps they would keep it to themselves anyways for operational security purposes there. But certainly this threat is real as far as the possibility of something. They want to be aware of that. They want to be ready for anything here. So that is how New York City's operating. Also, the smaller cities across the country. It is the summer now officially. We have parades. We have all kinds of things going on. Places that could be those soft targets. So law enforcement really, is concerned about those two things: individuals inspired by global events, and then also just any sort of like sleeper cell getting activated. So that's the concern right now, especially in a metropolitan city like New York here, Hannah.
Yeah, like you said, no shortage of soft targets in this country. Marcus Espinoza, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe.
Well, there you have it, man. Shalom.